Sammy. Please raise your hands, identify yourself, and one question at a time, please. Ben?
Darren, how did you find Steve Smith at training today, and how...
That's how I found it, very entertaining. Yeah, look, I've said it many times before, look, a cricketer like Steve Smith, I think any captain would love to have him in their team in any format. So far he's been brilliant. I've urged the guys, especially the batsmen, something might not be able to copy what he does, but in terms of experience in batting situations and how the process in which he prepares for a match, it's good to see how he goes about his business, and it's good to learn for the youngsters. So I'm looking forward to having him on the park tomorrow and performing and helping us to hopefully win games.
Colin?
Yeah, well, we're here in Canada now, looking forward to showing the Canadian cricket diaspora what you guys can do.
Yeah, most definitely. Look, we have sitting to my left, and we're going to be playing against each other tomorrow. And are the most successful batsmen in T20. In fact, I think the most entertaining cricketer on the planet. So, look, I think it's a good tournament. Look, Canada have not seen cricket of this magnitude for a long time, and to have their own Premier League with the caliber of players on display, I think the fans will be really entertained, and we as cricketers, it's our job to provide that. So hopefully the weather is good and the tournament starts on with a great game, and like we said yesterday, the best team will win.
Question from you.
Shah Faisal from Next TV in the United States. It's from both of you. You guys are global superstars for this format, and you go around the world. But how easy or how difficult it is to join a team just for a couple of weeks, gel in, because it's like cricket is a team game. So how hard or how easy it is for you guys?
It's not quite easy, to be honest with you. But being around the world so many times, we'll actually adapt to the situation as quickly as possible. We have some local players who will actually, try and get to know. We know the international players, so that will actually take a bit of time for us to gel as a unit. But as we go on in the tournament, I'm sure we'll all get better. But to adapt to such situation, it's not that difficult as it may seem. We'll all have our struggles and difficulties getting things together, but I'm sure once we get past this first game, everything will actually come to play, and everybody can actually have a successful tournament and an enjoyable one as well.
Farouk from Sports 20 Canada for the Universe Boss. You have many records. You are holding many records. Is there any new record in your mind? Seeing the ground here, it's small ground.
No, maybe the first thing to just try and get a century here. I think playing in all the T20 formats around the world, apart from the PSL, didn't get a century. But I'd love to actually add another one to the list in this tournament, and hopefully from a personal point of view can set the tournament at light. But at the end of the day, I'm all about entertainment and having fun, and just go out there and express myself, to be honest with you.
Hi, Darren. Frank Pingway from Morgans. Just wondering, have you spoken to Steve yet, and what is going through his mind? Has he expressed to you how excited he is to get out tomorrow? Is he nervous, or does he just want to get that first game out of the way after?
I've spoken to him as to the role I would love for him to play in the team. As to what's going in his mind, I think it's only Jesus could tell you what's going in a man's mind. But he looks ready. Look, we all know what he's done on the cricket field as a batsman, as a captain, and we've all have been entertained by him one stage or the other. And like I said earlier, I'm happy. When I had an opportunity to pick him first in my team, I know the guys, internationals, they were there. That was there. I said, give me Steve Smith. So, and that's because he knows how to win cricket matches. And the squad we were looking to put together, he would fit perfectly. And he's a professional. He prepares well, and hopefully, with the short period of time that we've had here, everybody has done the best to prepare for the tournament. Come tomorrow, 4 o'clock when the bell rings. Hopefully, he and my team will be ready to take on a very powerful Vancouver team.
Sit down.
Hello, first of all, I want to say hello to both Chris, Gayle and Darren, Sammy, and welcome to Toronto. I'm Dr. Adnan Khan from E-Awas Television Network and the largest cricket house over here in the local North America, and doing the match point from Pakistan, Dubai and Canada. So a great atmosphere and a great league, but my question is right now from the Darren Sammy. I just want to know that any plans for this specific league, as you are one of the masterio of Peshawar Zalmi, the most successful title holders and the most making the 2 grand finale. But in this part of the world, in North America, playing from the St. Lucia, your track record, your team was not that much, it was a little bit below par. They were not making the best in the CPL.
We did win a game, just say that.
Yeah, in the CPL. So any plans to reverse that fate? Because in this your team, you are having a lot of mates from the same from the same team. And the Roman Reis, Karen Pollard, and like this. So any plans to make it as successful as the Zalmis?
Look, whatever team I play, we try to go out to play to the best of our abilities. Soon after the Caribbean Premier League, we went to the finals in the PSL. So, look, these things happen in cricket. You have your ups and downs. But it's one thing I never do is down to myself and the players that I have in the dressing room. It's a new tournament, and if you look at my squad with Pollard, Smith, Cameron Akmal, Keswick Williams, 2 national Canadian local players, Nikhil Dutta and Nitish Kumar. Look, we have a good mixture of associate players and internationals, and our job as professionals is to go out there and try to win every cricket match. It doesn't happen all the time, but that's why we play the game, and that's why the game is so beautiful. It's a competition between guys we've played with, and now we're playing against them. So I don't really dwell in the past. That was last season. I'm a guy that look forward to the future. The future is tomorrow against my good friend, the universe boss. Hopefully he doesn't turn up. And when he plays against the other teams, he could do whatever he wants. Score hundreds after hundred. But tomorrow, let's have a good game and the fans are entertained, but one that Toronto comes out victorious.
Chris, you're a guy who's been in the spotlight for your whole career. What did you make of the reaction to what happened with Steve Smith and Dave Warner in South Africa, and also the penalties that Cricket Australia handed down?
Well, I'm not diverting to the situation. I've actually tweeted what I had to say about the situation, and decided I wasn't going to comment on it again. Just let the 2 guys, be free. They already paid a penalty for what they have done, and just for them to go on with their lives and have some fun, just like any other cricketer, to fulfill and work for the family, and they can actually provide on the table for them. So people make mistakes. You have to give people a chance, and everybody should actually try and move on from this situation, and just rest it to the grave.
Last two.
So that tweet you said, you thought it was too harsh, the reaction?
My tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I stated.
Last few questions.
Ravindra Mangalal from the Caribbean Times newspaper. Chris, Darren rightly said that you were one of the most published batsmen on earth. What was your initial thought having been invited to play in this inaugural tournament?
When contacted by the the authorities. I didn't hesitate about it, to be honest with you. Seems that this is where I actually started my international career, and I haven't been to Canada for some time now. So, like I said, Canada is a nice place, and I always want to be back here. Thankfully for this tournament to actually get me back here in Canada, and I'm looking forward to a successful tournament. And like I said, just want to be part of a new tournament. I've actually helped build a lot of tournaments around the world, and this is a new one, so hopefully can get it established and go on from there and make big things and better things of this tournament, and hopefully next year it can even be bigger.
Question from you, please.
Darren, do you think it's important for Steve to have a strong performance at this tournament to try and put the past few months behind him?
Look, it's basically up to you guys. I don't see Steve Smith writing stories about himself. It's up to you guys how you move on. It's what you put in the papers, how you want the public to project him. I think, look, he's, like Chris said, we all make mistakes. Sometimes you write an article and you spell a word wrong. Nobody criticizes you for that. But I just think, for somebody who's done so much, for scores, runs with his bats, captain the team well, and what I really respected about him, the way he took full responsibility as leader, and that's as a leader. And I think I tweeted one time when I said that's leadership for you, to be able to take more than 75% share of the blame. That's brilliant. And I think after this experience, like I told him, I think he'll walk out as a more respected person, and again, it's what you guys put out there, what you're writing in the papers, and the readers that are reading it will judge. It all depends on what you all want to portray of him.
So Darren, just following on from that, was there ever a thought, given the controversy and the scandal that not just Smith came from, but David Warner as well, and the message that cricket authorities are trying to send out to the world, was there ever a thought that the two players shouldn't play in this competition?
Look, like I said, coming from a region where controversy has always been, part of our setup. Look, as a Christian, you commit sins, there are punishment for your sins. Doesn't mean everything is okay, but there's always forgiveness after you've commit your sins and you've paid the price, and you move on. And I think, like Chris said, they've done that. They've missed out on IPL. They've been sacked and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, life goes on. Really, and it's truly up to you guys. What's up put? I saw an article recently about something in New York. That's not called for. I mean, you've made your point. I think as sportsmen, we want to do the right thing, set the example for the next generation, and we will make mistakes, but it doesn't mean you got to keep kicking a man when it's down. That's not the human way to do things, and I think there's a right to punish, but there's also a right to forgive and move on.
Last question, Colin.
For Gayle, quick question. You've had a lot of opening partners in your career, where this is now the third team where you now be opening with Evan Lewis. How are you enjoying the partnership between the West Indies, St. Kitts, and now here in Global T20 Vancouver Nets?
It's been good batting with Evan, to be honest with you. He will definitely be one of the most explosive players in coming future. He's already. Just to actually continue, keep building on what he have done so far within his career. And like I said, I enjoy opening the batting with him, take a lot of pressure off me. I can stand at the non-striker end and watch Evan, hitting it all over the park. And then when I decide to actually get involved, I can do so whenever I want. But I enjoy watching him bat. And then we can just take it on unnecessary and take it on when times really actually matter for me to actually be that explosive batter at the end. But one day, any given day, I can come up and he can do the same as well. So it's really good to see such a young player with such talent being so dominant so far in his career.
Thank you very much. Please join us for tea and coffee. Thank you.